everyone, welcome to Crest TV, your weekly catch-up and roundup from everything that's going on here at Crestron and in the UC collaboration industry. I'm your host, Neil Fluester, and if you're new here, where have you been? We're on episode 9, 10, 11, 12, who knows? But hit that subscribe, smash the bell, share it on social, tell your friends that Crest TV is the place to be. Great show today, one that I've been wanting to do for a while. When I joined Crestron, and trying to understand all of our alliances and who we work with, it was great to understand that we have a great relationship with Jabra. And we have someone from Jabra who's coming on this morning, whenever you're watching this, to talk about what makes the relationship between Crestron and Jabra so special and what we each bring to each other as part of this relationship. So let me bring out our guest today. Early in the morning, West Coast of America. We love getting the West Coast Americans up early in the morning. Aurangzeb Khan from Jabra. Good morning. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Neil. Great to be here and looking forward to our conversation.
Very cool. Very cool. So tell, again, people may not know, because again, when I joined Crestron, I was unaware of this relationship. Tell the audience and the viewers watching, when, how long, what's the deal with regards to the alliance between Crestron and Jabra?
Yes, late last year when we had dialogue earlier, we came together with Crestron to bring our state-of-the-art Panacast 50 video bar peripheral as a choice to room systems that Crestron will deliver, is delivering. And we'll talk a bit about the unique value proposition of a product, what it does, but indeed, as we look at the world today and we look at the hybrid new normal, there are new requirements, new expectations. Folks want new class of experiences when they collaborate. And our whole impetus has been to deliver state-of-the-art, natural and pleasing experiences using technology that we'll talk about perhaps today. And so it integrates very nicely with Crestron's mission to use that and to use data and information to help people collaborate well and to take care of the safety insights and the kinds of things we particularly care about today.
Now, when I think of Jabra, I think of these things, these amazing headsets. The great fact that you've got all of the personas covered, in-ear, stereo, mono, DeX, Bluetooth, wired, wireless. You've got the whole gambit covered with regards to headsets, but video is kind of a bit of a new entry for Jabra. Talk to me about how that kind of came about and, where it's come from and your plans around the video piece.
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you for all the nice words. We indeed have a great lineup and a great position with headsets and speakerphones. Jabra Speak is synonymous with speakerphones, phenomenally successful product for nearly a decade now. And we're continuing to innovate and build forward. I came into Jabra about 3 years ago. I had started, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've been in big companies, but also helped build a number of new companies that have IPO'd or merged in, and built a company called Altia Systems, where we pioneered the experience you see with Panacast. It's fundamentally different than pretty much everything that's out there, and we'll talk about that. But I was looking 3 years ago to build essentially what became Panacast 50. We had expertise in video technology. We wanted to partner with somebody with deep expertise in audio to build the combined integrated product and then more products beyond. And so one thing led to another, and we ended up becoming a part of Jabra. It's been a great journey. We've just the last year introduced 2 flagship products, Panacast 50, which redefines collaboration experience for meeting rooms, and Panacast 20, which redefines collaboration in the hybrid new normal.
I've got the bag. It's out at the moment, but I've got the Panacast 20 box, but the camera's out at the moment being used. So it's a lovely case it comes with.
Thank you. I'm glad you like it. And we have the Jabra Panacast with the Speak. That's my backpack bundle, my Go Anywhere bundle. So we're trying to really provide folks with all the right products to have just a great, high quality, seamless experience, something that eliminates all the sources of fatigue people talk about in collaboration. And lets them leave their best first impression every time. And so I'm now responsible for building the collaboration business. It's an area of high growth and high interest and investment at Jabra. And you'll continue to see us building new products and delivering new experiences, all with the kind of the North Star mission of, delivering natural and pleasing experiences that are inclusive, that are equitable, and that are flexible to the different ways we all work now.
Yeah, it's interesting you say about the experience and equitable and hybrid work. There is this new idea that as we return back to work, we've all been used to seeing the head and shoulders shot for the last sort of 2 years of people using their Panacast 20s from home, but now we're going back to the office and going back into the meeting room, and people are crying out for that sort of similar solution, but from a meeting room. And obviously, Microsoft has done a great job with Front Row, and Zoom have Smart Gallery and their solutions. Tell us about how Jabra works with regards to customers returning to the office and hybrid work, and how you're dovetailing into things like Smart Gallery and Front Row with the intelligent camera work you're doing.
Exactly as you said, we are used. Like, I'm at home, I've got my Panacast 20, and you're there, you've got yours, and we're having a great conversation. We can be continents apart and yet feel this very human connection. People establish a human connection through video, and so audio, of course, comes first. You want to hear the timbre and tone of my voice. It doesn't sound tinny, it sounds right, and so you're relaxed. You're not stressing to understand what is it he's saying. Similarly, if the video is good, I'm comfortable and you're comfortable. We're coming through, leaving the best impression we can, regardless of the service. It's all kinds of factors around us, lighting and so on. Now, when you return to the office, the first thing we focused on, even earlier on as a startup, and it's become even more true now, is that everyone wants to be included, right? Imagine you're in a meeting room. Pretty much any other device you would use would have a certain field of view. The widest of single camera fields of view is 120 degrees horizontal. And with that, in a typical huddle room situation, if there are 5 chairs, you simply don't see the people in the front 2 chairs, only 3 of those 5. Or if you're in a COVID environment and you've reduced that to 3, you only get 1 of those people. Now, sorry, excuse me.
Right.
With our device, we build a multi-camera array. So our core technology is to take 3 cameras, which are normal field of view cameras, non-distorting cameras, and arrange them in such a way that they cover the full 180-degree field of view, and then synchronize, stitch, and optimize them in real time through the Panacast Vision processor built into our device to allow you to include everyone and to present them with fidelity, human scale fidelity. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. If you take a single camera and you create an ultra wide field of view, the folks that are in the middle will look extra thinner than they actually are. And the folks on the side will look trapezoidal. They're like being pulled away.
I'd rather be in the middle looking thinner.
Yes. And then some people will simply be off camera because the field of view is not sufficient to include everyone. With us, we remedy all of those issues. We include everybody. We can automatically adjust the field of view using what we call intelligent zoom to just the right size if there are less than the 5 folks in that huddle room. And we present all of them in the correct proportion. They all look essentially exactly how they would look in the middle, on the side, in the or anywhere across that entire field of view. Now, with return to the office, we've been working for the last year and pioneering technology solutions with folks like Microsoft Teams and Zoom to develop what we call intelligent gallery view, which is a class of intelligent meeting room experiences where, let's say, there are 6 people or 8 people in a medium-sized collaboration room. We can provide the panoramic view to show you all of them in context to each other. So you kind of know, because as humans, we like to see people in context. Our eyes see about 180. So we want to see the context of who's where, who's engaging in what way. But then we can take the last 4 active participants, maybe the last 4 active speakers, and give them prominent pixel real estate. We call that a dynamic composition. And that can get fed into things like Front Row. I really believe in these modern experiences where, whether I'm at the home or I'm in a meeting room with a group of colleagues, we get equitable presentation and inclusion in that overall meeting experience.
Yeah, I think that it's a really good point about the fact of seeing or having that contextual view of the meeting. You never know if you're just seeing, if the camera's doing speaker tracking and it's just tracking in, or again, if it's not capturing the whole part of the room, how do you know who else is in the room? You're just, you're talking to one person and suddenly you don't know the finance director or the HR director or whatever is sitting at the front of the room. You don't know who you're actually talking to and how you should discuss that. So interesting points. I love the fact that you've gone to that super wide angle view, but you've not got the lens distortion from some of those
Right.
manufacturers that are doing these kind of ultra wide lenses, where you get that kind of fisheye effect, or that the kind of bowing of the image that makes everyone look a little bit. They say video puts on pounds, but no one wants to look bigger than they actually are.
Yes, exactly. So when we do the panoramic view, we present people in a cylindrical panorama, and then the folks across that entire panorama look correct. And then particularly when we do the intelligent gallery view and you're zooming in on a particular person, we have the advantage of being able to use these three cameras to their full native 13 megapixel capacity. So the fidelity, the level of visual quality you can get from those folks being zoomed in is quite good. And we make an effort, for example, if some folks are closer, some folks are further away, to present them in about equal size, so
Right.
that again there's sort of that visual
Heads
sense
are
of
the same height and eyes are
equitability.
the same height and such like. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Really, really cool. And I guess the big point about this, and the big point of getting you on today, was all of this great stuff that you're talking about is available when you use Panacast 50 with the Crestron Flex. The idea that we have
Exactly.
these bundles. My question to you was, what makes why the partnership with Crestron? What does it bring to the Crestron customers? And I guess you kind of just described that as the fact of bringing all of that intelligence, bringing all of those smarts and that AI technology to a Crestron Flex and a Windows MTR solution or a Zoom Room solution. From the
It,
flip, go on.
Sorry, no, that's exactly right. And I hope we'll have a chance, because there's a few more dimensions to add to that. But indeed,
Please, yeah.
the core idea is that we have built a state-of-the-art, highly intelligent device, a system with 9 processors, 8 microphones, 3 cameras, 4 speakers,
Ah,
2 dedicated AI engines, each with a trillion operations capacity, one for video and one for audio. But then we harness all of them to create these experiences, right? And then through Flex and through your presence and the customer base and so on, it gets delivered to customers in a very seamless way, in a very easy to consume way, right? And so in the end, our ambition, I think our shared ambition, is we want folks to come into the meeting space and have a great collaboration meeting, just be able to do what they came to do and not worry about the technology. Great technology fades into the background. It does the right thing. So you're not having to manipulate or deal with it. You're just doing what you came to do.
I guess
Now, in addition,
go on, Karen. No,
sorry,
please. No, please go on.
in addition to the intelligent gallery view, another core technology we pioneered, which is now integrated with Panacast 50 and Microsoft Teams, and also there's a version with Zoom, is the intelligent whiteboard technology. And so, for example, imagine you're in a meeting room. I do a lot of thinking with my hands. I'll get up and start writing on a whiteboard. And in the room we used recently to create a demo video here, it's a big whiteboard. It's 4 feet by 8 feet. So you can actually set that up, and in an MTR configuration, it will be pulled in, even if it's at a 90-degree angle to the device, rectified and presented as a live video feed.
Wow.
So that if you get up and you start using the whiteboard, people who are remote to the room often feel lost. They don't feel like, oh, well, what just happened? What's going on there? That's not the case anymore. They'll get that MTR type solution or a Zoom Room solution with all the people presented either in a contextual view or individually through the intelligent gallery view. They'll get the whiteboard. And we had pioneered back in 2017, using the cameras as AI sensors. So we anonymously can detect the presence of people. We convert that to a number. We don't take any pictures or store any images. And then that number becomes telemetry that Crestron is using to define, if you're at capacity or over capacity on the scheduling wall, or even we can give oral and visual cues to people in the room if they're over capacity.
Very, very cool.
So we're trying to really bring all these new experiences that are so essential to how we live and work and learn and play today.
And again, it's great that you're bringing all this capability to, say, the Crestron Flex customers and our resellers and partners out there. I think obviously from the other side, the Panacast has been prolific with regards to customers deploying this. During lockdown and people bringing their putting their meeting rooms together as they've returned to work. A lot of customers have gone down the BYOD route. Just throw anything in there that's quick and easy to deploy with something like the Panacast 50, but Now, as they're looking to put their return to work solution and policies together, the idea that we can now bring in that full fat MTR experience, that full native MTR experience by going in and adding to an existing Panicast 50 a Flex solution or an out-of-the-box Flex bundle with the Panicast 50 included, to give those additional capabilities like front row, like the ability to do scheduling, the scheduling panel, the occupancy sensing, and all of the AV management and control, the blinds, the shades, the lights that Crestron can offer, is great for, again, any Jabra customers that may be watching this and, looking to, maybe wanting to step up. They've used BYOD, they've plugged in the USB, plugged in the HDMI to their laptop, but actually they want that full click to join experience, that native Teams experience, moving
Yeah,
away from the
exactly.
laptop. So I think it's a double win from both sides. Obviously, we're getting some great camera capabilities and audio capabilities from you at Jabra, and obviously the Jabra customers can add those capabilities and step up from BYOD to that full fat solution. So again, we can't talk about roadmaps or NDA, but this is just the start. There's a lot of cool stuff happening. And again, I know you can't talk about anything, but this is just the start, and we want to do some more of these, I think, and get you and some of the other Jabra teams to talk more about this, because it's fascinating and say what the Jabra engine can do with the Crestron engine.
Exactly. And I think as you look ahead, and you alluded to that unique competency Crestron has in helping manage the environment around the collaboration space, as well as the core collaboration experience, right? And as we look ahead and we look at these ideas of empathetic buildings, buildings that adapt to how people occupy them and use them and want them to work and so on, there's an incredible amount of opportunity for us to keep extending this experience. And with that core idea that you want folks to come in and do what they want to do, where the technology is just enabling in a very simple and unobtrusive way. Of course, it takes a lot of high tech to achieve that ambition, but in the end, the ambition is something customers really like.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you ever so much for getting up early in the morning and joining us. To say, want to get you back. This is just to say the teaser, the start of a 10, to just make sure everyone knows what the Jabra Panicast and the Jabra solution brings to Crestron customers, and what the Crestron solution brings to Jabra customers. And we'll do some more in-depth and deep dives. But again, thank you for joining us here on Crest TV, and we will get you back on in the future.
Perfect. Thank you, Neil. Have a great day.
Thanks. And thank you all for watching and joining us here on Crest TV. If you are new, as I say, where have you been? We're in full flight, trying to do these every week for you. Hit us up on YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter. Tell your friends Crest TV is the place to be. And I will see you on next week's Crest TV.